Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So as you can tell from the title, in today's Pick a Chocolate reading, we are going to be seeing what the universe has in store for you. What is the universe currently preparing to send your way? And I do want to focus on favorable things, ways in which the universe is working in your favor. Of course, if there is a challenge up ahead or something for you to look out for, we will definitely address that. But I sort of wanted the theme of this reading to be like, what is currently unfolding in your favor? So, we have a bit of a Japanese theme going on for today's reading. All of the cards that I'm going to be using today are from Japan. They are very cute. I'm very excited to use them. And then also the options for the groups today are all chocolates from Japan. So these are Japanese Kit Kats, which I think are pretty famous. This is a pretty popular souvenir for people who come to Japan because they have all of these interesting flavors. They have like seasonal flavors, regional flavors, limited edition flavors, like the variety is amazing, and as you can probably tell, we have some interesting ones here. So I'm going to show you these up close one by one, and please pick the one or ones you feel drawn to the most. You can definitely choose more than one today. You can choose your group or groups with your intuition, or you could choose based on what flavor is your favorite. Of course, that is up to you, but without further ado, let's get a close-up look at each of your options. For my group number ones, we have some classic milk chocolate. For my group number twos, we have melon flavor. For my group number threes, we have matcha flavor. For my group number fours, we have cotton candy flavor. And for my group number fives, we have yuzu flavor. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number one. Hi number ones. So if you guys chose the milk chocolate, this is going to be your reading all about what the universe is currently preparing for you. We are going to be shuffling all of the decks on camera today. I definitely want to read the guidebook for this first deck, but I may read it for some other ones because these decks are still fairly new to me. But without further ado, let's get into your reading. What is the universe preparing for my group number ones? Okay, I'm just gonna take this one. Yeah, that's so funny. So this card just fell out. I saw like the number one card fell out, and then I put it back because I wanted to shuffle it and have the card like come out the normal way, if that makes sense. So I put it back, tried to shuffle again, and then it fell out again. So group number ones, is there maybe something that your spirit guides or your higher self are nudging you to do and you haven't taken action on it yet? Because we do have a number one card here, which can talk about new beginnings, but it also talks about you taking initiative and being the go-getter. So it's like a new beginning that is waiting to happen in your life, but you have to be the one to jumpstart it. And just the fact that like this card fell out and then I stubbornly put it back because I was like, no, that's not the way I want to receive the message. And then it was like, how about I do anyway? And it just came out again. Like I feel like there's something your guides are nudging you to do, but maybe it's a bit different than what you have. I want to say stubbornly, and that's not like a judgment, but just maybe you have some stubborn or rigid plans or like a rigid route that you want to follow, and your guides are like, psst, why don't you try this new thing? Why don't you start this? And you're like, not now, spirit guides. Or you kind of hear them, but you haven't answered the call yet. I just saw 222. So I feel like the universe is nudging you to start something. It's nudging you to go for it, to take a leap into something. So let's read the Rider card from the guidebook. Here we go. Good tidings are coming. So the keywords are news, riding the wave, action, good tidings, speedy, and conveyance. But actually, when I first saw this word conveyance, I thought it said clairvoyance. So that could be a message for some of you as well. Finally, the time has come to reap the rewards. From now on, a knight-like figure will appear to protect you. If you have an ideal plan, be proactive and speak it out. Things will turn out well to make your wishes come true. This is a time when many opportunities will present themselves, so if there is something you're interested in, go ahead and take on the challenge. You will reach your destination in no time, as if you were riding a great horse. Even if you start learning something, you will make progress more quickly than expected. So the universe wants you to know that some project or some area of your life is going to be successful, and it will usher in a blessed new chapter of your life. But the first step is actually in your hands, and I think it has to do with you saying something, communicating something. It could be asking for help. It could be stating what you want to do, making an announcement of some kind. Like, I think it starts with you speaking something, or like speaking something into existence. So you may be more in an energy where you are waiting for something to happen or waiting for someone to come towards you. And the universe is saying like, yes, I do have these opportunities and these blessings prepared for you. And I'm waiting for you to say the word. I'm waiting for you to say go. I'm waiting for you to take the first steps. And if you're struggling to find the courage, or if you're worried or concerned about what the outcome will be, the universe definitely wants to confirm that things are going to go well for you. There was also something about a knight-like figure. Yeah, from now on, a knight-like figure will appear to protect you. So this could actually be a person entering your life, or someone who is already in your life who is going to help you move forward, give you the information you need, or give you the courage you need in order to move forward with something. But yeah, this is definitely the time for you to go for it and start a new venture or a new chapter of your life. So let's look at our Shiba Dog Oracle. What else does group number 1 need to know? Act on instinct. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of action that the universe is trying to get you to take. And instinct definitely has a feeling of don't think about it too much. And I just saw 555 when I said that. That's the number of the throat chakra, by the way. So we had those messages about like speaking up about an idea you have, or speaking up about something you want to do, or something that you want to happen. And I feel like the 555 was confirming that. We also saw 222, which is the sacral, which is literally your gut, acting on a gut feeling. So your higher self has been communicating to you through gut feelings about a new chapter that you're supposed to initiate. And so I wonder if it's like your instincts are telling you a certain thing and then your mind is saying something else. Maybe it's your mind that is kind of stepping on the brakes and causing you to second guess yourself. You may have an idea, but then your mind tells you, oh no, that's too impulsive, or oh no, we're not ready. We don't have enough information yet. We're not prepared to make this a reality. And your instinct is saying like, just start, like just go for it, just start. And I feel like the universe has everything that you need prepared for you and is just waiting for you to start on this new path. I'm noticing as well we have the 9 of Hearts here, which is equivalent to the 9 of Cups in tarot. So it's literally saying, don't worry, Don't worry, don't stress. This is going to unfold favorably, and a wish of yours is going to come true. Looking at this dog eating, I like that. I think it means you're going to be taken care of, but also, okay, I don't really like this visual because I'm seeing like a fish biting onto a hook, and I feel bad for the fish. So I don't know if that's a perfect comparison, but it's like, if you hold it out, someone will bite. What does that mean? Like if you make an offer, someone will take it. If you speak up, someone will listen, someone will get it. They will bite. That's kind of like, I feel like that's also an expression you use when you're submitting something. You know, like I sent out my job application to a bunch of companies, but no one's biting. Don't people say that, or am I making that up? Like there's no fish biting the worm. Someone's gonna take whatever you're offering. Let me stop talking weird and just put it that way. Okay, and let's get a Rilakuma card for you. What is the universe preparing for my group number one's message? Okay, you need to message somebody about what's really been on your mind, about what you really want to do. Because I don't think this is really not an energy of you waiting for things to come in for you. This is an energy of you making it happen. So I think this message is actually encouraging you to message someone. This could be telling someone how you really feel, asking them for help, like putting out there something that you want to do, an idea that you have, a proposal, a suggestion that you have. I just heard a suggestion for how you could improve things. You want to make something better, or you want to get the wheels rolling, get the ball rolling on something. It's funny, I feel like I'm struggling with my words a lot when it comes to this group. So maybe there's something that in your gut, you know, you really want to say, but when it comes to actually formulating the right words to say it, that's maybe where you're getting stuck. Like, oh my gosh, I have such a hard time writing emails. I will reread it like 80 times and like keep changing it. Like, no, this is a better word, which I don't know, maybe that's good in some situations, but you might be struggling with the wording of something. You're like, I know what I want to do, and I know the gist of what I want to say. I know the feeling behind it. I know what I would like to see happen, but what are the exact words that I use? Maybe the universe is going to help you find the right words. I just heard maybe your future self is going to help you find the right words, because future you has already written this letter. Future you has already had this conversation. Future you has already sent this message. So they can help you. They can help you find the wording for it. Maybe the thing that you've been wanting to do, that your higher self is nudging you to start, is to write something, to write a paper, to write an article, to write a think piece, to write a book, to write a translation of something. Like maybe it's like a document or a literature that you want to prepare. And your future self will help you find the perfect words. And maybe this night, you could have a messenger actually. Interesting. It's like you might not be the one to directly communicate it, but you have a trusty knight who is going to deliver the message to somebody. I'm imagining like if you were the employee of a company and you really want to say something to the top person, but you can't directly communicate to them, but you know someone who's a middleman. so you can relay the message to them and they will faithfully deliver it to the top person. That's just one example, but maybe someone's helping you get this message across. Someone is representing you. It could be like an agent as well. You have an agent or a manager or someone who's going to help you negotiate or help you communicate. Could even just be a mutual friend. Like if you have something you want to say to someone in your personal life, one of your mutual friends or connections could sort of test the waters for you, or could help relay a message for you. But you have to make it known what you want to communicate. Maybe someone in your life can help you with the wording. This is an important message that you have, because it's going to bring in not only a new chapter for you, but a new chapter for some others as well. For those of you who are feeling, so I heard the words like disproportionately nervous. So from standpoint of current you might be thinking, why am I so nervous to make this move? Like, it's not that big a deal. But maybe you feel that it's a big deal because future you already knows what big waves it's going to make and how it's going to transform your life and others' lives. Present you has no way of knowing that, but future you knows that. And so you might be feeling some of the magnitude from future you, and that's making you nervous in the present, if that makes sense. Like intuitively, you know this is something big, even though when your analytical mind looks at the situation, you're like, why am I so nervous? This isn't that big of a deal. But like it's gonna be a big deal in a good way. I really, act on instinct message. It's like, don't think about it too much. Just say what you want to say. You know, it's like if you receive a proposal or an offer from someone and you genuinely want to take it, it's not really gonna matter how they word it. For example, if you are really into someone and they ask you on a date, do you really care if they're like, do you want to get food with me, or would you like to get dinner sometime? You don't care. You're gonna be like, hell yeah, because I like you. Like, you might be thinking too much about the specific words or how to say something, when really it's the content of your message that matters. It's the story you have to tell that matters. I mean, don't get me wrong, word choice is important, but it's the soul of the message that matters. Trust the soul of the message to reach who it needs to reach in the right way. There's also that, I don't know if this is a quote from someone, probably, but it's like, people won't remember what you said, they'll remember how you made them feel, or something like that. Okay, so we're getting into the tarot now. What is unfolding for my group number ones? We have the Six of Wands, 1616, as I'm holding this up. There's a victory. I almost said rebirth, which is not really a Six of Wands thing, but maybe some of you needed that specific word, a rebirth happening for you, a victory. You're feeling on top of the world. You're feeling proud of yourself. Your efforts are bearing fruit. You're receiving recognition. This could be recognition in general. It could also be recognition from a specific person or group whom you really wanted to notice you or recognize you. Your talents are being recognized, or the value of your ideas are being recognized. I like this recurring theme of someone riding in on a horse. It just feels very victorious. Someone with blonde or light brown hair could be significant. These horses kind of have the same hair color. It looks like a dark blonde or a light brown. Someone with, I know horses don't have skin, but like a fair complexion could also be significant. Or it could be someone with white hair, because this is technically also like hair. Both of the cards that have planetary associations have Jupiter, because we did have Nine of Cups here. That's a Jupiter card. This is also a Jupiter card. So there is expansion, blessings, good luck, a joyful, jovial energy. I'm hearing somebody has a nicer temperament than you think. That's an interesting specific message. Like, you could be imagining someone as kind of intimidating or kind of cold, but when you actually get to know them, or when you actually meet them in person, they're very bright and friendly and goofy. Not goofy like they're an unserious person, but like goofy in that they can joke around and they have a sense of humor and you feel at ease around them. Now I'm looking at this horse and I'm thinking about Goofy, and now I'm thinking about like Donkey from Shrek, because he's a very goofy character. But he's also very loyal. We love Donkey. What is the universe preparing for my group number ones? We have the Two of Swords, a fork in the road. It's interesting how this Six of Wands person is traveling, and it looks like they're coming up to the Two of Swords. They're coming up to a fork in the road. I just heard, I didn't really think past this part. Interesting. So it's like you're getting your desired outcome, but then you reach a point that you're like, oh, I haven't thought that far, which is fine. But it's like, for example, if you're getting the offer that you want, but then they make you choose between this or that. You know, I got the offer from my dream company, and now they're asking me if I want to go in this department or that department, or if I want to stay local, or if I want to work in like overseas branch or in another city. It's like once you get what you want, you're then getting presented with some other choice that it's either like you hadn't thought that far, or you couldn't even have anticipated that this choice was going to present itself to you. There was something you really wanted to obtain, but that thing you wanted to obtain also has like different variations, if that makes sense. Different variations. It's like if you were like the Kit Kats, like the chocolates, if you were really, really wanting to manifest eating chocolate, and then you finally got the opportunity and the universe is like, okay, so what kind of chocolate do you want? And you're like, oh, wait, I didn't think about that. You have different kinds? Yeah, we got milk chocolate, we got white chocolate, we got matcha chocolate. Like, there's gonna be more options than what you had expected. Something like that kind of actually happened to me recently. I was just so focused on getting the opportunity that I didn't really think about the specifics, and now I got to think about the specifics a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, could be a challenging energy, not challenging in an ominous way, but just like, I didn't think about that. Let me think about my options. Okay, what else does group number one need to know? We have, we have the Knight of Cups. So it's multiple people whom you're gaining recognition from. Multiple people. I just saw 2222, as I'm about to say. Out of the multiple people who are, okay, now the camera's focusing on this Knight of Cups and putting a box around it. Out of the multiple people who are giving you recognition, there will be someone in particular who is quite interested in you and maybe even develops feelings for you. And for some reason, I really want to stress that this is not, it's not going to interfere with anything. Interesting. It's not going to be an interference. I guess, I was thinking, like, imagine in a professional situation, like, you really want to work for somebody or work with somebody, and then it turns out they have a thing for you, and now there's like a weird power dynamic, like, and it's like, oh man, maybe I can't reject this person, or like, it's not going to cause any weird, creepy, or interfering energies like that. So this is either someone like you return the feelings, or even if you don't, it's not going to cause any problems. But it's something you should be aware of. Let me know if you know why that's coming through, because it's like the universe really wants to stress that this person having feelings for you, or maybe you having feelings for this person, is not going to cause any problems in your life, or it's not going to cause any interference with your life or what you're already doing. But it says like romance, a love confession, desire. Interesting. Like everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna be smooth sailing. If you're interested in this person too, this could be a lovely opportunity for new love to bloom. The World just fell out. I feel like the World wants to come out. And then I'm gonna look at the bottom of the deck as well. We have the World card and we have Death at the bottom of the deck. So this seems like some ending that is happening so that you can spread your wings. Because the World very much has this feeling of leveling up and expanding your horizons. But of course, sometimes we have to let go of things in order for that to happen. Things that are keeping us small or keeping us tied down, or just, it doesn't have to be like this, oh, this is holding me back, but just something that has run its course in your life. Letting go of something smaller so that you can welcome bigger, more expansive energies into your life. Yeah, and look at these two. I feel like this is you feeling victorious, feeling on top of the world, really letting not just your talents, but just the beauty of who you inherently are. It's not even just about what you can do or what value you can offer. It's just the beauty of who you already are. You're really going to feel like you're shining in this next chapter of your life, and you're really catching someone's eye. Someone who is very sweet. I just heard unassuming. I don't know if that's actually how one would describe them, or that's kind of how they describe themselves. It's a person who, I don't think this is true, but they might say like, oh, there's nothing special about me, I wish I was special. Like that kind of energy. I think maybe they're just humble, honestly. I think they're maybe just really humble and really in awe of you, and they have a more calm demeanor to them. Very calm, very sweet, very mature. I'm hearing like level-headed. I do think they're gonna make a move towards you, but not in an intense way. Not in like a very blunt way. But they will make it known. Yeah. So interesting. All of the horses are moving this way. And it's always like they're coming up against something, like you go along your journey and then you come up against this decision that you have to make. You make the choice, and then you reach this world energy, this level of fulfillment, again, success, victory. And maybe this death card is also like the rebirth, because that word rebirth was coming to my mind and I didn't know why. Maybe there's a sense of that I didn't think that far. This message could be, I didn't think that far about what I would have to let go in order to receive this blessing. I was so focused on just obtaining it that I didn't think so far about what I would need to sacrifice or like what I would need to remove from my life to make room for it. Like I didn't really think about that practical side of it, which is fine, but it's just as you start growing down this path, you'll realize that you don't have room for everything that you once held on to. Yeah. Okay, so I think that those are all of the messages for my group number ones. I really liked using these cards. They're so cute and colorful. Thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings, just like the ones on my channel, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you. To anyone who appeared in this reading directly or indirectly, I'm sending love to your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number twos. So if you guys chose the melon chocolate, this is going to be your reading. This kind of orange melon, this is famous in Hokkaido, which is the northern region of Japan. So something about a northern country or a northern region could be significant to this group. But let's get into your cards. So we're going to be shuffling all of the cards on camera. I definitely want to read the guidebook for this first deck that we're going to use, but all of these decks are still new to me, so we may be pulling out the guidebook for some of the other decks. So without further ado, let's see what the universe is preparing for my group number twos. What is the universe preparing for my group number twos? We have anchor. Okay, I'm 111 as I'm holding up this anchor card. There's a feeling of getting settled. Oh my gosh, okay. So we are gonna read this from the guidebook, but this is just what I'm intuitively picking up. The number 35 on this card, numbers 35 or 53, any combination of these numbers is significant to me personally, as it represents that bridge or that connection between the 3D and the 5D. So when I saw anchor with 35, I thought that something 5-dimensional, something that currently exists in the 5D, is going to be anchored into your physical 3D reality. And I think that 111 that I saw is a confirmation of that. It could even be that something you have been seeing signs and synchronicities about is anchoring itself in your physical 3D reality. So this seems like a manifestation that has been a long time coming and that you have felt coming for a long time, that you've thought a lot about too, because we have the 9 of Spades here, which is equivalent to the 9 of Swords in tarot. So it's something that you have thought a lot about. Maybe you've overthought it. We've all been there. that you've worried about whether you're really going to receive it or whether it's really meant for you, this is finally anchoring itself. And I really like that it's not just that it's grounding in the 3D reality, it's anchoring. Anchoring has a sense of something being held into place, like it's not going anywhere. You're receiving it and you cannot and you will not lose it. Okay, so let's read this from the guidebook. Anchor. So days of rest, the keywords are peaceful, a place of safe habitat, regular, promotion, authority, and harmony. The time has come to drop anchor and come ashore. You can finally sit back and enjoy the calm days. Thank you so much for all your hard work. The word that anchor represents is stability. Its meaning represents gaining a proper position, such as signing a regular contract. Once you have a stable position, you can then effectively use your time as you please without worrying about anything else. It is good to let your life bloom here or to be excited about new adventures. You are the hero of your life. Believe in yourself and go ahead. That's the sweetest thing ever. I love this guidebook because it conveys the messages in such a sweet and uplifting way. So yeah, once something manifests in your life, it feels like things are finally settled and you can stop worrying about it and you can kind of finally focus on other things. I just heard like something was eating away at you. And it's kind of the feeling of, I feel this way whenever I submit a visa application. It takes a couple months and it's like every day you're just worrying about it. Even though you know that like worrying's not gonna help anything and you should just let it go and trust the universe, like you can't help but worry about it sometimes. You're like, am I gonna get it? Am I gonna get it? So it could be something like that. I just saw 444 too. Something that you've been kind of worried about, and when it materializes, it's going to create a lot of stability in your life. You're like, okay, I know that I'm not gonna have to worry about how things are gonna change over the next months. Like something is stabilizing, you can rely on it to be the same for a while, and that brings you security. I love that. So yeah, like that guidebook was talking about some kind of regular contract. Like you could be getting a permanent position in a company, in your living situation, in a relationship. Things are not up in the air anymore. Things are not wobbly anymore. You could be getting approved for something, like a visa, a loan. Okay, we're gonna get you, I just saw 555. There's too many angel numbers in this group. I keep looking up at the camera exactly when there's an angel number. What is the universe preparing for my group number twos? Okay, we have two Shiba dogs. We have, oh, tired, which wasn't the keyword of this card, days of rest. It was like your hard work is over and you can rest now. So I think the universe recognizes how tired you are, physically, mentally, and is going to provide you some opportunities to rest. And then we have set out. This is so funny. These two cards together, it's making me think of, I don't know if you guys experience this as well, but like when you have a day of work that you don't particularly want to do, in the morning, you're going to be like, I'm so tired. I need to sleep more. I can't get out of bed. But if you have a day of stuff that you really want to do, or if you have nothing to do that day, then you're going to be up at the crack of dawn, like energized, like, let's go. And it just goes to show that a lot of our fatigue is psychological. So some of you could be surprised at how quickly your energy bounces back and realize that, yeah, a lot of your exhaustion was psychological. It was like the dread of having to worry about something or having to work on something, having to take care of something. And now that that's over, you're like suddenly energized again. Yeah, you're getting your pep back, the pep in your step back. You didn't realize how much something was tiring you out until it was all done. Okay, let's get a Rilakuma Oracle card. Okay, very specific message that someone is reincarnating. Like, I'm imagining someone whose animal passed away, and then they're getting a new companion animal, and it's like a reincarnation of their previous animal. It's that kind of energy. Or it could even be something like, I've heard that ancestors will often reincarnate into the same family. So if there's like a birth in your family, it could be the reincarnation of an ancestor or a passed on relative. That just came out of nowhere, like someone is reincarnating. What is the universe preparing for my group number 2s? Oh, we have heartwarming. So all of this energy just looks really peaceful, group number 2. And this is so well-deserved. Like just this restful, peaceful, cozy energy. That's what the universe is preparing for you. So that means you have time to rest, but you also have that emotional security of like, I know that everything is going to be okay now. It's the feeling of like, I finished all of my chores and I fixed all the broken appliances in my house, and I just, replaced things with the newest, the newest tools. So I know that I'm not going to have to worry about anything in my house breaking for another many, many years, and like everything is clean, and now I can finally cozy up on my couch with hot cocoa. It's like, I don't have to worry about anything. Like everything's taken care of now. All of that troublesome stuff is done. All that stressful stuff is done. Now I can cozy up. I love that the bear has the little chick on their lap, because maybe that's like a little baby or a little fur baby who is snuggled up with you and who is enjoying these relaxing moments. I'm also noticing that there's a sweet potato on this card, that's like a fall food, and wearing the scarf and mittens, that looks like winter. So the fall and winter seasons could be particularly relaxing for you. I love that so much. These are so cute. Okay, so we're gonna get into the tarot. I just looked up and saw 1111. You guys, let me know if you've been seeing these angel numbers like crazy, because I think that's at least the fourth one that I've seen since starting to film your group. Gemini person could be significant, just because I'm looking at this 9 of Swords, and that's a Gemini. Oh, it's a Gemini Mars, but a Gemini placements or a Gemini Mars could be significant. Or like someone who, like, okay, so for example, I have Sun in Aries, so like an Aries Mars could be significant to me. I have Mars in Leo, so a Leo Sun could be significant to me. Like someone whose Sun matches your Mars, or like someone whose Mars matches your Sun. Okay. What is the universe preparing for my group number 2s? Woo! Okay, we're gonna take all of these. So we have the 4 of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, these two cards together, these two energies just made me think petty, but I'm so here for it. Like, it's a kind of pettiness that is very cathartic for you. This kind of gives the energy of calling someone out, and it feels really good. And I'm trying to think of an example. Well, maybe you'll know, but it's like someone who mistreated you, or someone who didn't do their job well, someone who really inconvenienced you, even like maybe screwed you over in some way. And you're never gonna see this person again, you know, like you could just take the high horse and wish them well and move on. But it's like, no, I choose pettiness today. And it's very therapeutic. And it's not even like, one thing about the Queen of Swords, she may be harsh, but she does not lie, okay? So this is not like you going out of your way to make someone feel bad, but it's like, you know what? I have time today. The example that I'm thinking of is like, I usually don't leave bad reviews. You know, if I like something, I'll leave a good review. If I don't like it, I'll just say nothing. But you know, sometimes people need to know. So it's kind of the energy of like leaving a bad review. And it's like, okay, maybe it doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna let you know. So this could be a sign for some of you if you've been wanting to call someone out or give someone a piece of your mind. I'm also thinking about like an old situationship, a previous F person, if you will, who maybe just kind of messed with you. And you're like, you know, I could just focus on myself and move on. But no, let me tell you what you did wrong. Like that's kind of the energy. And you deserve to say your piece. You deserve to speak your truth. And who knows, like maybe what you say is actually going to help, you know, really make that person reflect and contribute to their growth. Maybe you receive a nasty comment and you're like, actually, you know what? I am going to respond today. It's like that kind of energy. You're saying what's on your mind and you're not sugarcoating, and you're just letting someone know what's up, that kind of vibe. That's maybe not necessarily something the universe is preparing for you, but if you had been feeling that bubbling up in you, I think that's kind of the universe saying like, oh, go for it. You deserve to speak your truth. They should know, you know, they should know. I feel like this is kind of calling me out because I really do just shut up when I probably could say something. But anyway, then we have the Four of Wands, which is beautiful. And I really like this, you know, with everything else we've previously looked at, because it's happiness, contentment, stability. You know, this number 4 is definitely stability. It has like 1111 on it, the way these wands are, which we've been seeing a ton of angel numbers for you. I don't remember if I said this already, but it's a happy home life. So I think the universe is preparing for you to spend time with I was going to say spend time in the place that feels most like home to you. Whether that's literally your house, maybe home for you is a certain city, maybe home for you is when you're with someone. Maybe home feels like your workshop, your studio, you know, where you can express yourself. Wherever you feel the most at home, I think Spirit is preparing for you to spend, I said Spirit, but the universe, you know, it's interchangeable. Spirit is preparing for you to spend a lot of time in that place where you feel most at home, or with those people where you feel most at home. For some of you, it could even be foods that make you feel at home, because, you know, we're talking about sweet potatoes, hot cocoa. There's this kind of food energy, you know, like a comfort food that when you eat it, you're like transported back to your home. And I feel like this will be especially for those of you, I want to say for those of you who are expats and like the place that you live now, it's really hard to find authentic cuisine of your hometown. You may be discovering a new establishment where you can enjoy that. You know, like in Tokyo, we briefly had Beaver Tails. I don't think it's there anymore, but Beaver Tails is like a Canadian, it's basically like deep fried bread, but It has like cinnamon, sugar, and lemon. At least that's the best flavor. And it's so good. But actually the ones here did not hit the same. It wasn't big and floppy enough. Anyway, so you could be finding an establishment that has your comfort food, or that has something available that you've never been able to find where you live, and that makes you feel more at home. I guess it doesn't even necessarily need to be from your hometown, but like, yeah, like your city finally has it. They finally carry this product, or they finally have this food, or this is finally available in your country. Something like that is happening for you. Interesting. Four of Wands can also talk about weddings and marriages. So if you are wanting to get married, then the Four of Wands can absolutely be claimed as that. So marrying your person of interest, or meeting the person you will eventually marry. This could also be someone close to you getting married. It could also be you meeting someone important at a wedding. What else can group number 2 expect? What is the universe preparing for them? The Knight of Wands, and then I'm also going to take, the bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups. The fact that you have the Six of Cups and the Four of Wands, you are most likely going to meet a soulmate very soon. Definitely romantic if that's something you're looking for. But if you're not looking for that, it could be a platonic soulmate, of course. You may even find a soulmate in, because there's something about little ones coming into your life as well with the Six of Cups, and like this little chick. And there was that message about reincarnation. Like it could be a human baby who is coming into your life. It could be an animal baby who is coming into your life. It could be both. There could also be something about, for example, if you already have a child and then you're welcoming an animal into your home, and then the child and the animal have a really, really beautiful and heartwarming bond, or the other way around, like you already have a pet and then you have a baby, and the pet like absolutely loves the baby and the baby loves the pet. Like there's something very sweet and healing about that. Healing your inner child through a new dynamic. Healing your inner child through your dynamic with someone else. Some of you could be healing your inner child through parenting, if you are a parent or if you want to be. But yeah, this Six of Cups, there's a soulmate coming in, and there's a little one coming in, or this little one is your soulmate. And some important spirit is reincarnating into your life. And I just heard someone you miss dearly. So rather than a distant ancestor, this is likely someone you knew, or someone you wish you could have met. Interesting. The Four of Wands and the Knight of Wands feels like a celebration. This almost kind of looks like a finish line. I don't know, the way there's these posts and the thing going across, it looks like that ribbon you break when you cross the finish line. So you are crossing a finish line of some sorts. And that makes sense with the first part of the reading. Like the hard work is done and you can relax now. Some of you could be adopting a senior animal. That's also coming through. Like it doesn't have to literally be a baby. I mean, all animals are babies. Yumi, my dog, she's gonna be 13 soon, but she's still a baby. She's a literal baby. So yeah, doesn't matter their age. You could be reaching a goal that has to do with your health or physical strength or physical fitness. So like running a marathon or completing a race at your record time, or hitting a personal record in weightlifting, or like a milestone when it comes to physical fitness, or coming out of a physical plateau. Like maybe you were on a journey to change your body and you hadn't seen change for a long time. You hit a dead end and now you're breaking past that plateau. And yeah, just, it doesn't have to be about literally like your physical body or how it looks, but just your health overall. It could be a milestone that has to do with time. So for example, maybe you stopped drinking and this is like, you just reached your 1-year anniversary of not drinking. Or if you have, like, maybe you have a chronic illness and you just reached a milestone that your chronic illness hasn't acted up, It's like, oh, I've been 6 months free of any kind of like flare-ups or any kind of complication or something like that. Is there anything else? I think that's all in terms of messages. We did talk about Gemini energy being significant. I would say Aries, all the fire signs are coming through actually. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Literally all here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Gemini and Scorpio. Also Libra. Now I've named like half of the signs, but anyway. Yeah, I think that's everything. That's everything for my group number 2. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings, just like the ones on my channel. And you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really, really appreciate having you here. And I'm sending so much love to you, to anyone who appeared in this reading, directly or indirectly. I'm sending love to your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number 3s. So if you guys chose the matcha chocolate, this is going to be your reading. Speaking of matcha, I was never one for matcha sweets, but recently I started to like them. So I wonder if that's a message for you, that you're gonna start to like something that you weren't really into before. Like you're developing a new taste for it. That could be a confirmation for some of you. Like maybe something you've recently gotten into is gonna end up being important in the long run. But there was also a message that came through before I started filming that there is a spirit animal who wants to work with you, or perhaps you have the spirit of an animal guiding you who is black and white. I don't know how helpful that is because that doesn't narrow it down much, but I was imagining like a zebra, penguin, like a husky dog. I don't know. Maybe that also confirms a seagull or perhaps an eagle is a bit more majestic, but anyway, yeah, something about a black and white animal being with you or guiding you in spirit was coming through. Okay, so let's get into your cards. I am going to be shuffling all of the cards on camera today, and I definitely want to read from the guidebook for this first deck that we're going to use, but all of these decks are still new to me, so we may be looking at the guidebook for some of the other decks. Okay, so what does the universe have in store for my group number 3s. Snake with the number 7 and the Queen of Clubs, which is the Queen of Wands. Okay, interesting. The first thing that's coming through for me, we are going to look at the guidebook, but the first thing coming through for me is that you have something that people envy. It could be a possession, it could be your opportunities, your status, your intelligence, your talents. Did I already say a relationship? Because that could definitely be a big one. Just looking at, we have, I guess that's Adam and Eve in the background, and the number 7, making me think of the 7th house. There could be a relationship or a connection you have that some people are envious of. There are some things, okay, the message that's coming through, and this is like for my group number 3s. I'm not saying this is like a truth of life. Well, maybe it is, but I don't know. The message that came through is that there's some things that if people are envious of it, you should hide it. But there's also some things that even if people are envious, you shouldn't let that concern you, and you should flaunt it. You should not let them stop you from flaunting it. And I guess it comes down to, can these people actually affect you? Can these people actually threaten you? Like, for example, if some people are envious of your talent, they can't really stop you from having talent. They can't really interfere with your opportunities. And you should not hide your talents just because someone might feel some kind of way about it. But there may be other things that you choose to keep more private if you sense that there's envious energy around you. And that will be very much up to your discernment, of course. But that's the first message that I think my group number 3s need to hear. Interesting. Let's read this one from the guidebook. The year of 2025 could be a big year for you because that's the year of the snake coming up. Okay, it says cut the ties. The keywords are resetting, shedding, breaking away, refresh, exclusive. Take this opportunity to reorganize your surroundings. In relationships, put your own heart before profit and determine if you are the right person to get involved with. There is no need to be patient in your relationships. If there is something you distrust, let it go. You can open up your life by shedding your old self and resetting once and for all. By letting go of what you don't need, you will discover what you really want. Surprisingly, it will come true sooner than expected. Don't think too hard and take it easy. And then this is on page 22. Something else that is coming to my mind, and a lot of this is just about discernment, you know? Discernment is a big theme for my group number 3s. Like we just talked about, discerning when there's envious energy around you. Is it maybe better to keep certain things private, or do we say, I'm not going to let that stop me and flaunt it? That may be something that you're discerning right now. But there's also a discernment of, is it always the right thing to try to get over a fear and trust again? And the example I'm being shown is like, if you were bitten by a snake, is it really in your best interest the next time you meet a snake to be like, well, maybe this one doesn't bite. Maybe this one isn't poisonous. Like, I'm gonna learn to trust snakes again because maybe this one is good. Like, no, you're not gonna risk that. Like, there may be a situation where you're trying to like heal and become more trusting and become more open again, when maybe that's not even in your best interests, but it's just based on like what you think you should do. Like, you think you should be the bigger person, but maybe being wary. And I'm not saying to live in fear, but like if something gives you a bad feeling, you you're allowed to move away from it. You're allowed to cut the ties. Like that guidebook said, you don't have to be patient and be like, oh, but maybe this is actually a good thing. Maybe we can give the benefit of the doubt. And maybe there's a part of you that wants to, like, you want to be open to everybody. Maybe it's about coming to terms with not everybody has good intentions, which that could be something that's difficult to fathom. Like when you're someone who only has good intentions for others, it can be hard to imagine that there's people out there like who genuinely don't wish well for others. But I think there's a message, like if someone or something, if anything's giving you a bad feeling, don't consider that a test of like how trusting you can be or how compassionate you can be, and just take it as the sign that it is of like, oh, I gotta get out of here. Because I think more often than not, that instinct is protecting you. Interesting. Yeah, I think your instincts are protecting you. They're not something to get over. Like that mechanism is there for a reason. Interesting. And be careful about someone who's prioritizing profit. That could be you prioritizing profit, and you need to be careful of that, or like someone you're dealing with, or someone who's prioritizing what they can get out of you. I'm thinking of cold-blooded animals. It's like you're a warm-blooded animal, and cold-blooded animals will want to get close to you because they can't keep themselves warm, and they want your warmth to keep them warm. And you need to be discerning. What else does group number 3 need to know? Okay, we have 2 Shiba dog cards. We have popular. Okay, that makes sense because you had this Queen of Wands energy and you're very popular. Like there's a lot of people who want to get close to you. If this isn't your current energy, the universe might be letting you know that some of the blessings and opportunities that are being prepared for you will propel you into this popular energy where like everyone wants to be around your warmth. And then we have friends. So there could be a lot of people who want to be friends with you. And this is not to say that everybody approaching you is shady. Of course not. I think there's going to be some wonderful people who are approaching you. And that's why I think discernment is such a big theme here. You could be winning first place in something because we have this dog sitting on the first place podium and they have their crown and they have their little, what do you call this thing? I don't remember, but it kind of reminds me of a pageant, like winning a pageant, winning a contest, winning some title. And of course, that's going to bring a lot of eyes onto you. And there's going to be a lot of lovely people who want to get closer to you, who want to enter into like a mutually supportive, mutually beneficial, mutually loving connection with you, and who really care for you as a person. And then there's also going to be some people who are just, interested in that shiny crown and like wanting to get close to you because they feel like there's something they can gain. So I think you're entering into a phase where there's going to be lots of people attracted to you, approaching you, like you are going to be popular. And yeah, just be careful and be discerning. We never want our boundaries to be too rigid. We also don't want them to be too porous. Popular friend. Interesting. Like there could even be people who want to be friends with you just so that they can say they're friends with you. You know what I mean? So you could be like getting famous or viral or gaining recognition for something. This could even be a situation where like you're doing really, really well among all of your family members, and now like family members are coming out of the woodwork, and or old friends coming out of the woodwork, and like some of them really do truly desire to reconnect with you, and then others are like they just see that you're doing well and they want a piece of it, kind of thing. What I will say, and I hope that this is a reassuring message, but it just came through very strongly, that you don't have to worry about anyone switching up on you. So the people who are currently in your life, who love you exactly as you are, they're not going to start acting differently towards you in any way once you achieve this success or popularity. They're going to stay, you know, exactly as they've been, loving, supportive of you, keeping you like grounded. So I think it's new people that we have to be aware of. It's new people, or like people suddenly coming back from the past. But anyone who's been consistently in your life, their energy is going to stay consistent. You don't have to worry about any snakes in your garden currently. Oh, this is a good pun. So it says number one, but like one means dog, or like the sound of a dog barking. Number one, that's cute. You could be getting a number one, you know, like number one on the charts, number one on trending, something like that. You could be number one on a list of like the top most celebrated something. And then from the Rilakuma deck, we also have two, individuality and freedom. I love that because it means that you're reaching this success being exactly as you are. You don't have to give up your individuality. You don't have to give up your uniqueness. You don't have to be anything that you're not. You can just show up exactly as yourself, and that's what's going to make you successful. Also, freedom is amazing. Like, you don't have to give up any freedom to have this success either. Like creative freedom, professional freedom, personal freedom, anything. Looking at this cat too, cats represent independence. So you could be someone who like your independence and freedom is really important to you, which that does give me Queen of Wands vibes, Queen and King of Wands. Honestly, all of the Wands court cards give me that vibe. But you'll also know something that might help you discern is like seeing these traits in other people, you know? So out of the people who are approaching you, look to connect with people who have their own thing going. You know, they're not just trying to jump onto your thing. Maybe that's common sense, but it's like the more people have their own thing going and have their own life and their own successes and stuff like that, the greener of a flag it will be for you, because it means that they're less likely to depend on you or like just try to piggyback off of you, kind of thing. Like seeing that they're doing something on their own. This is kind of a weird example, but I'm thinking of like labels, how I could be talking out of thin air right now, but I feel like labels would generally prefer to sign an artist who they see is already making the efforts on their own and like has already built the fan base on their own, and they're not just like waiting for the label to do everything. And there's some analogy in there for you when it comes to people approaching you, that they're not just waiting for you to like do something for them or fix something for them or waiting for you to be something for them or to save them. Like if they're doing their own thing and working on themselves already, that's a very green flag. Okay, so definitely new people, new friends coming into your life. Someone who plays guitar could be significant, or you could play guitar. Someone who plays soccer could be significant, or you could play soccer. I'm also thinking of orca because there was that message about a spirit animal that's black and white, and there's like this whale in the background, which it's probably a dolphin, but if it's black and white, that could be an orca. Someone in the beauty industry could also be significant because there was that beauty pageant message. What is the universe preparing for my group number 3s? The Page of Wands. Okay, there's a lot of Wands energy going on for this group. You could have fire placements, or you could be attracting a lot of fire placements. The spring season could be significant for you. We have Page of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. So this is kind of an interesting duality. I think there's a specific person entering your life who at first you might not think they're really serious about you, or like serious about getting to work, I'm hearing, but then as time goes by, you're like, oh, actually this person is really responsible and mature and serious and committed. This is like such a easy illustration of this energy is like if someone was interested in you and they totally gave you player vibes at first, they totally gave you the vibe that they only wanted something casual, and then they turn out to be really serious about you. Or I don't know, you met someone and the vibe you got is like, oh, they're, you know, they just like to party all the time and they don't have any ambitions for life. But then when you get to know them, you're like, oh my gosh, you have a 10-year plan and you're working really hard. Like like a first impression proving to be different. Someone's really serious about, I keep wanting to say getting to work. Someone's really serious about getting to work. Someone's really serious about making the effort. Another thing that will help you discern is how people respond to your boundaries. So if someone's really serious about you and you have some walls up, they're going to be patient and loving towards you about it. Whereas if someone's just trying to like use you for something, they're either going to give up as soon as they see your boundaries, or they're going to get defensive about your boundaries. So someone who is like really patient with you and accepting of your boundaries is another big green flag for you. And the example that's coming to my mind is like, if you know, I think we were talking about, was it this group we were talking about? I don't remember. Let's say you had feelings for someone and then you realized they were only using you for like physical relationship. And then the next time you meet someone, if they're trying to rush into that kind of physical relationship, you might be wary because you don't want a repeat of what previously happened. And so maybe you tell them like, I'm sorry, I think this is too fast. I want to let our relationship grow a bit more before we dive into that kind of connection. And a red flag would be like, if they're like, okay, never mind then. And then they just like never talk to you again. Because then it's obvious they were only looking for one thing. Or if they start to get like defensive or aggressive about it, or try to like challenge you about it, that's also a red flag. And the right person is going to say, oh, okay, I understand. So we won't rush into that. You know what I mean? So you're not going to, this is why you need to know, you're not going to drive away You're not going to scare away the right person by having your boundaries. You're not going to scare away the right person by being wary and being careful and being a little bit skeptical of their intentions. They're not going to take that personally. They're going to say, okay, I understand. And I want you to feel comfortable. So I respect your boundaries and I'm going to be patient. So look out for that kind of person. That's the kind of person that the universe is preparing for you. Also look for someone, this is a weird specific message, look for someone who is not posting about every detail of their life. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. This is like a very specific message for my group number 3s. If you hang out with someone and they're like posting everything, that might be a red flag. If you hang out with someone and they don't even like take out their phone, that's a green flag for you. Just specifically for you, something to look out for when it comes to the right person or the right people in your life. Something else that the universe could be preparing for you is like it's time for an idea you have to be set into motion so that it's no longer just an idea. You're moving into the execution stages of it. Okay, we have the 8 of Swords. And we have the 4 of Cups, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. There's an opportunity that you're not seeing because some limiting belief is not even allowing you to consider that it would be yours. But the funny thing is you would end up, what is it called? You would end up cleaning up. You know, like when people say, this person cleaned up at the Grammys. I think that's what I was trying to say. You would end up cleaning up. There's an opportunity for your gifts to be recognized, but you don't see it because your limiting belief doesn't even allow you to think that that's your opportunity. So it's like if you saw a flyer for a contest and like you saw the flyer, but you didn't connect the dots of like, oh, I should enter that contest. Because maybe you just had such a quick assumption that, oh, whatever I have to submit or whatever I have to show wouldn't even be good enough, you know? This may actually be the universe encouraging you guys to enter a contest or to submit your work somewhere or to go to an audition or to apply for something, go to an interview. But you've already made up your mind that like, oh no, that's on another level. I'm not at that level. It would just be a waste of time for me to apply or, to sign up for something, to go to a tryout. Because the funny thing is like, you would end up winning. That's the kicker. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. I'm just looking at, like the Queen of Cups with her closed cup. She's guarded with her heart. She's guarded with her heart. She doesn't give away her heart to just anybody. I think some of you could be worrying that the way you have your really strong boundaries up and the way you're so protective of your heart, you might be worried that it's going to push people away, but it's never going to push away the right person. It's only going to push away the wrong people. Like some of you might be worrying, am I being too closed off and I'm not allowing new people to come into my life? And that's not the case. The right people will respect how protective you are of your heart because they want to protect your heart too. They're saying your heart is so beautiful. If I were you, I'd be protecting it too. And I will take my time and honor your boundaries and show you how worthy you are. I'm not going to challenge it. I'm not just going to be like, oh, never mind then and walk away because I know that you're worth the effort. I'm not just, you know, the right person is not just trying to quickly get something from you and then dip. They're here for the long haul. And like, they see it as a positive thing that you have these boundaries, you know? I think that's like a big overarching theme of this reading is like becoming more discerning, becoming more protective of your energy. And like, you're happy about that because you know it's going to keep out, you know, shady people or people who aren't in alignment with you. But then like a little part of you deep down may be also worried about like, is this also going to keep away good people from me? And the universe is saying, no, the right people are going to find you. I'm preparing that for you. The right people are going to find you and they're going to come into your life and you're going to have a beautiful friendship with them. They're going to show you how serious they are over time. Yeah, so that's one message. And then the other really big one was like you winning something, you winning first, or you having a number one and becoming really popular. So yeah, I think those are all the messages for my group number 3s. So we're going to end the reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings, just like the ones on my channel. And you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really, really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to anyone who appeared in this reading, directly or indirectly, and I'm sending love to your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi, number 4s. So if you guys chose the cotton candy chocolate, this is going to be your reading all about what the universe is preparing for you. So I'm going to be shuffling all of the cards on camera today. I definitely want to read from the guidebook for this first deck that we're using, but all of these decks are new to me, so we may be looking at the guidebook for some of the other ones. I've been saying that for all of the groups, but we have not looked at another guidebook so far, but we may do that. So let's get into it and see what the universe is preparing for you right now. What does the universe have in store for my group number 4s? That rhymed. Okay, we have letter with the number 27, and we have the 7 of spades, which is equivalent to the 7 of swords. An Aquarius or someone with the moon in Aquarius could be significant. Let's read this from the guidebook. Here she is. Okay, so happy letter. The keywords are reaction, noticing, email, reunion, advice, and support. I feel like you could be getting, this could be a physical letter, but I feel like for many of you, this is an online correspondence. Like you could be receiving a DM or an email notifying you of some good news, or maybe the happy part, it's not only about the content of the message, but like who it's from. You're very happy to hear from this person. There's good news that will be affecting your family. And when I say that, I'm not sure if this is like your biological family or people in your life whom you consider family. But I guess it's like good news is coming for you and your loved ones. You are likely to receive happy news. You may bump into someone you thought you would never see again. These opportunities will bring you further good fortune. You may be introduced to a good job or other good fortune. If you receive an invitation that looks like something you would enjoy, take the initiative and accept it. Of course, if you take the initiative, it will work. There are also suggestions that you will receive good advice and encouragement from others. Keep your friendships alive and you will be able to make further progress. This is really, really specific. Maybe this is just for like one of you or a couple of you. But some of you are receiving like a DM or an email from someone, or like I don't know, it could be a tweet. I don't know. There's something about it being online or being on social media. And at first you think it's fake, but then it's actually real. So, okay, I'm just going to give a crazy example. It's like if you got a DM from Ariana Grande. I just saw 333, by the way, which that's like the third house of communication. It could be talking about the Empress. So like receiving communication from someone you love or look up to or find beautiful. But yeah, back to the example. Like, I'm sure any of us watching this right now, unless you like know Ariana Grande personally, if you receive a DM from Ariana Grande, you're gonna be like, okay, that's fake. This is a fake account. So it's like you're receiving some communication where at first you doubt the authenticity of it, because it's like you never thought you would hear from this person, or you're receiving an offer that kind of seems too good to be true, and so you think it's fake at first. That's just for a couple of you, okay? Take that if it resonates, but something like that is happening for some of you. I mean, it could be, I don't know if Ariana Grande replies to comments. I don't know, maybe. I see celebrities doing that sometimes. So maybe you get like a notification that this celebrity replied to your comment, and at first you think it's fake and then it's not fake. You know, could be something like that. But anyway, let's get into the next decks. What is the universe preparing for my group number 4s? Okay, I don't know why, but almost all of the groups are getting 2 of these coming out at the same time. We have freely and fullness. The letter F could be significant, like someone's initials start with F, or a part of the world. I'm also thinking of Friday for some reason. Freely and fullness. This together feels like something to your heart's content, or someone is giving you the free range to do whatever you want. And I'm hearing this is like a dream come true. There's something happening for you professionally where you get to do whatever you want, and you're like, oh my gosh, are you for real? It's like when a client just completely trusts you and trusts your vision, and they're like, I don't know, just do what you think would be good. And you're like, okay. You don't have to stick to any rigid guidelines. So there's like some freedom coming for you in your profession where there usually isn't. And this is going to be really fun for you. I don't know why, but I'm thinking of like a designer, you know, or someone who makes aesthetics. Maybe because this dog is painting. But it's like, I don't know, if you were a makeup artist, or if you were a stylist, or if you were an interior designer, and your client is like, literally just gives you a, what is it called? Like a blank check. Like they're like, I don't have a budget and I don't have any particular notes. Like just do whatever you want and I'll pay you as much as you want to be paid. It's like that kind of, and you're like, pinch me, you know? Something feels too good to be true for you. That it's like, you really mean I can do whatever I want and I can charge you as much as I want and I can have access to whatever resources I want. It's like this is kid in a candy store kind of energy. Like imagine you're a kid and your parents just told you you can have candy for dinner. You're gonna think they're pulling your leg at first. No. Say psych right now. Like that's the vibe of something that is coming to you. I need to check. Okay, it is a Shiba dog. I get there's Shiba dog and then like Akita dog looks kind of similar, I think. I could be making that up, but I was like, I've been calling this Shiba the whole time. I hope it is a Shiba dog, but it in fact is. The apartment I used to live in, there was a very cute Shiba dog on the floor below me, and his name was Chico. I hope he's doing well. Yeah, it's like I'm also imagining I said imagine way too much, but Imagine is an Ariana Grande song, actually. So that could be significant. Imagine if you got, like you're a content creator and you got messaged about a brand deal and they're like, we will give you $10 billion for this brand deal. But like they're serious. Of course you're gonna think that's fake when you first see it. And I'm exaggerating, like I'm being hyperbolic of course, but you're receiving something that you're like, okay, what's the catch though? There must be some kind of catch, or like this must be fake, but it's in fact not. Whoop. We have inspiration. Okay, I'm taking this quite literally, but you could be getting new glasses. The green pencils, it's making me think that you're expressing yourself from the heart. You have free range to brainstorm any ideas that you want. The glasses could also be a sign that you're seeing something more clearly. If you lost or broke something, it will be replaced with something even better. So don't be discouraged. And maybe even someone else is going to replace it for you. You know, imagine you broke your glasses and you're really upset because obviously you need them, and now you're gonna have to pay to replace them. And then someone buys you like an even better, fancier pair, or like very stylish brand name pair of glasses, darling. And you're like, oh damn, I should break my glasses more often. Like something you broke or lost is gonna get replaced with something really, really, really nice. Okay, let's get into your tarot. Interesting, we have a recurring theme of things going down on paper. So we have this quill on the paper, this dog is painting on the paper, these pencils are writing on the paper. Getting something down on paper could be important. Maybe you need to make sure that you get something in writing. You need to make sure that you read the fine print of something. You could be making paper, like making money. Someone could be covering a really big bill for you as well. And then there's that message about a blank check again, like there's no budget. There's no budget, you can have whatever you want. For those of you who are thinking of changing your appearance in some way, there's a message that a little change will go a long way. Like you won't have to do anything drastic, to change your image or to look different. Now, if you want to do something drastic, then you should do that, as long as it's like safe, obviously. You know, like if you wanted to chop your hair, don't let me stop you. But there is a message of, you would be surprised like how small changes can really change everything. For example, maybe you slightly change the shade of your lipstick and it just like changes your whole, like how your face looks. Or you do your eyeliner wing like a millimeter higher and your face looks totally different. You know, little things will make a big difference. There's a message like that. And that could be the same thing for a project you're working on. Like if you were making a painting or if you were making a song and you're like, no, it's not how I want it. I'm gonna have to like make all these big changes. And the universe is like, no, actually it's gonna be a small tweak that changes everything. A little change will go a long way. We have the sun. This is you feeling joyful, carefree, inspired. You have, yeah, inspiration with the sun. Some brilliant idea is coming to you. This is going to be a very fun period of your life. I'm hearing World Cup, so maybe, I don't know, maybe you get to see, maybe you get to go to a World Cup or go to a championship or see a sports game, or you get to attend some kind of very highly sought after event. Maybe you're even getting VIP to something. Yeah, I can like see you with a guest pass around your neck. Very specific. And it could be as a +1 as well. You could be someone's +1. You might be teaching someone something as a favor, and then that's going to bring you good karma. Or someone could be teaching you something or sharing valuable knowledge with you free of charge. If you find yourself in a new environment, the universe says there's no need to worry about breaking the ice because you're going to get along with everyone very well. You could be bonding with people over shared hobbies or shared interests, and this is really going to break the ice. That's the specific phrasing. Break the Ice is a song by Britney Spears, which is a bop. I know it's been a while, but I'm glad you came. And I've been thinking about how you say my name. Oh, okay. We got the 8 of Cups. Once you get a taste of this good life, it's going to be hard to go back to the way things were before. Because the 8 of Cups is very much like, I need something more. I need something more fulfilling. I need something deeper. I need something more meaningful. I'm thinking of like someone who finds their job boring and they're like, it's okay, it is what it is. You know, it's just a job. I don't need to find it interesting. I'm okay with my boring job. But then they get an experience to be in a job that's really, like, really fun. And now that they've had a taste of that, there's no way they could go back to a boring job. Something you once just accepted as the norm or just accepted as it is what it is, once you experience better than that, it will be hard for you to go back. So definitely the universe is preparing some kind of upgrade for you. You're receiving an upgrade. An upgrade in your lifestyle, in your material possessions, in any sort of technology or equipment you use, that's being upgraded as well to the latest version. And you won't have to pay for it. Like, that message is coming through of people coming in to like replace things for you or upgrade things for you. Like, I don't know, imagine someone's like, I have the newest, I mean, oh man, I don't like Apple, but I have the newest iPhone, like, but I don't want it. Do you want it? And they just give you like a brand new latest iPhone for free. You'll be like, you're joking. But something like that is happening to you. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Tower. Okay, what the universe is preparing for you, it's like a little taste of what your life could be. If you embraced adventure and if you didn't put limits on yourself, the universe is giving you a taste of what your life could be. It's like you get an experience of something and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go back. I can't go back. But you have to. At least for now, you have to. But with time, with consistent time and efforts, you will be able to leave your old ways so that you can permanently step into this new way of being. Imagine you went on vacation in another country and you're like, oh my gosh, I love this country so much. I never want to go home. I don't want to go back. I want to stay here. But obviously, you cannot just show up for your vacation and never go home. At least I don't think most of us can do that. You know, there's some planning involved. You have to arrange for a lot of things if you want to permanently transition to this new way of life. But now that you've had a taste of the new way of life, you're like determined that you're going to make it happen. So the person says, okay, I don't want to go home, but I have to. The vacation's over. And they go back to their home country. And then from then on, it's just like working hard and patience, and more working hard and more patience with that dream that one day they can return. So yeah, it's like the universe is showing you what your life could be and what you want your life to be, but it's just temporary. It's just like one little experience. But then after that experience, you're motivated to work towards making it permanent. And I feel like the Tower, this just more so talks about your old life falling away. You have to go back to it just for now, but it won't be that way forever. Let's see. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. And like one of the keywords is basically saying not to worry. And yeah, it's like not to worry and to trust that you can have it all. I think the fact that this is a king, it's letting you know that you can have it all. And the ship in the background, that's something that's going to be promising for you in the long term. I would say the universe's advice for you is to just think about the big picture. You may be feeling sad or discouraged when you have to go back to, I don't know, like your old job, your old city, your old way of life, but just know that it's temporary, and don't be sad that when this experience ends. Let it inspire you to know what your life could be and keep working towards it with faith, because it can be yours in the long term. It can be yours permanently. Cool. I really like this message. This was a fun one. So group number 4s, these are all of the messages that I have for you. So I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to anyone who appeared in this reading, directly or indirectly, to your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team. This bear looks like Winnie the Pooh. And all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number 5s. So if you guys chose the Yuzu chocolate, this is going to be your reading. I wanted to mention that a song got stuck in my head before I started filming your group, and I haven't heard this song in ages, but I think it's called Ordinary Day by Vanessa Carlton. It starts like, just a day, just an ordinary day, just trying to get by. I'm gonna link that in the description or in the pinned comment, whatever, because maybe that song is significant for you in some way. But let's get into your reading. So I'm going to be shuffling all of the cards on camera, and I definitely want to read the guidebook for this first deck. We might read it for some of the others, but definitely for this one. So let's see what the universe is preparing for you. What is the universe preparing for my group number 5s? We have key with the number 33. So 33 could be a significant number for you. We are going to read this from the guidebook, but this feels like finding the answer to something, finding the solution to a problem. You could be finding the key to someone's heart, or someone could be giving you the key to their heart, or you could be giving someone the key to your heart. And we have the 8 of Diamonds, which is equivalent to the 8 of Pentacles in tarot. After a lot of time, after a lot of effort, we could be having a breakthrough moment in something. Something is finally clicking for us. After practicing something for a long time, you can finally do it perfectly. You're keeping up a streak. I'm also hearing that. You could be beating your personal record for a streak of something. Like, I'm thinking of Duolingo, but of course you can have a streak in so many different things. You finally mastered something without making mistakes. You finally memorized something. Okay, let's just read this from the guidebook. The door that opens. Wow. Just that in itself hit me really hard. The door that opens. Because the door that opens implies that there were other doors that didn't open, and this is the one that does. Hint, settlement, guarantee, attention, firmness, protection. The key symbolizes 2 things, departure and firm protection. By opening a door with a key, you can venture out into the world you wish to enter. Alternatively, the key will hold a lock firmly in place when you want to secure a place and time alone. Either way, the key's strength is that it fulfills its purpose according to your wishes. Even if you act as a challenger, the key will protect you well. Rest assured, proceed with your plan. By taking action as you want to, you will have no regrets. That's also making me think like you got a little bit of magic with you. I don't know. There's magic with you. You're the one who holds the key. You're the one who can make something happen. Doors are opening for you, but it's like the specific door, the door that you wanted to open, you now have the key to it. Okay, we're gonna get a Shiba dog card for you and see how the universe can elaborate on this message for you. Happiness. You have the key to happiness, or you have the key to something that is going to make you very happy. Yeah, like you've discovered the key to happiness. You've mastered something about maybe how your mind works, or you've mastered something about what your mind needs to feel at peace, what you need to feel happy. The inner workings of your own mind are no longer a mystery. You've identified your patterns. You've identified some of your mental pitfalls and like how to prevent them or how to address them when you do fall into those traps. And this could, yeah, you are coming through as the magician. That's why I said you have that magic with you. I'm thinking of the Magician card in tarot. You could have Gemini or Virgo placements, or like a strong Mercury presence in your chart. I think this is like you hold the key to mastering your inner world. That's definitely something that's coming through. And once you can master your inner world, you can manifest in the outer world. And then we also have Yell. So this is like an encouragement card, you know? Like it's a call of encouragement. Let's read this one from the guidebook too. Yell. Here it is. The card is sending you warm encouragement. Be yourself. Now is the time. Fly just landed on my hand. Now is the time to ignite the flame of passion. If you burn with all your might, you can achieve results without regrets. So act instinctively and boldly. Following your curiosity should lead to exciting moments. By doing so, you can experience powerful days and a refreshing exhilaration. The more you practice, the more improvement in physical strength you can expect. Act on intuition without overthinking. Have courage and take the challenge. Okay. And there's just strong energies coming through of like mastery, or of something finally clicking for you. For some of you, it could be that you read a book or you come across some knowledge. I'm hearing like you come across some ancient wisdom that makes a lot of things make sense for you. Like, oh, that's why my mind is this way. That's why my body is this way. That's why the people around me act this way. Some book you're reading or a video you're watching, some information you were missing, it makes everything make sense. It makes everything click. And once you understand it, you understand what you can do about it, or you understand how you can manipulate it. And I mean manipulate in like a magician type way, like you're consciously shaping your reality. Some of you could also be finding a tutorial that finally makes things make sense for you. Like when you listened to 50 other people explain this concept and it just didn't really click for you, but this 51st person that you found just explains it in a way that it really gets into your head and it really makes sense. And you'll know because you stop looking for more, you stop looking for more information after that because it finally makes sense. It's like if you were watching readings about the same thing over and over again, because it's like you get the message, but it's not really sinking in. And then someone just delivers it in the perfect way. And you're like, okay, I get it. I don't have to watch readings about this anymore. Or like the way this person explained manifestation, I get it now. I don't have to go looking for more videos about how to manifest because I get it now. That's kind of the energy that you're in. I hope that makes sense. Something finally makes sense, and now you can finally put it into action. You're moving out of a certain learning stage or a certain preparing stage. I feel like there's something about nets or catching something, because when we were reading this from the guidebook, the key card, I noticed that next to it was the fish and it said, "A great catch indeed." And then we have like nets here. So that could be metaphorical of like you're finally catching something, or you're finally retaining something, you're finally obtaining something. Okay. This could also be like your networking. Let's look at your tarot. Something's also dawning on you that's like the ones you've loved are never really gone. And I think that has to do with like people who have passed on. So you could be developing some kind of connection to the non-physical realms and being like, oh, damn, you're still here. And that's the thing. It's like, it's something that you've heard so many times, but that has just never really clicked. Because, you know, we hear this all the time. Like those who pass on, they never really leave us. They're still here. But now it feels really real. It feels like it's really sinking in. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it finally feels so real for you. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is what everybody was talking about. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. Queen of Pentacles is making me think of you getting in touch with a lot of things, getting in touch with your body, with your feminine energy. I don't know why I was so dramatic with that. With your body, with your feminine energy, with your ability to manifest, your ability to birth things into your physical reality. Roses, especially red roses, could be a sign for you, or vines. Like if you see vines hanging down from somewhere, or vines crawling up a wall, that could be a sign for you in some way. Any red flowers or red plants. The color red is about grounding. You are mastering your manifestation practice in some way. We also have cherries on the Queen's crown, so red fruits could be significant to you in some way. Should we take all of these? Actually, it's not that many. Yeah, we're gonna take all of these. So we have the Devil, the Hanged Man, the Five of Swords. Oh wow, the Four of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Sheesh. Okay, lots of major arcana action going on here, with half of these cards being major arcana. So this like revelation that you're coming to, this knowledge and answers that you're finding, it's a pretty big deal. I feel like it's going to affect multiple areas of your life positively. I should add, because it's like you see, this kind of feels like an enlightenment of some kind or an awakening of some kind. And I really liked this Four of Pentacles coming out after the Five of Swords, because this to me feels like standing firm in the face of opposition or standing firm in the face of adversity. So it's kind of like you've leveled up energetically in some way, whether you want to call that like raising your vibration or jumping to another timeline, having like a shift in your frequency. However, whatever words you attribute to it, you are going through some kind of energetic upgrade. And it's important to note that whenever we go through something like this, it is always possible that we fall back, or I want to say that we are tempted back to our old ways. So if you raised your vibration, you could fall back to the lower vibration. That's always possible. It's not like you go up there and then I'm thinking of Cardi B, if it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. But unfortunately, frequencies don't work that way, right? Like we can always go back to the old way. But I feel like this is saying like you're up and you're stuck. Like okay, I'm gonna maybe link that song too. That's just like a fun little bop. But what was I saying? Right, that you're standing firm here. Like the Four of Pentacles is very stable. I personally feel that it's one of the most stable cards in tarot. And so, like, let's say you overcame negative self-talk and that's just dramatically improved your life in so many different areas. But every now and then, that's like devil energy. Every now and then that negative self-talk tries to creep back into your life. And it just, or like the old version of you, your old habits, I'm hearing like your old vices that you've broken free from. Every now and then they're like, hey group number 5, like you had a hard day. Do you want to come hang out with me? And you're like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't need you anymore, old me. I don't need you anymore, old habits, old negative ways of thinking. I'm good. Like they cannot, that's this devil. It's like you're free. You're not, it may come back and try to tempt you. And I keep wanting to use the word frequency, even though that's not a word that I normally use, but it's like your lower frequency. Like your lower frequency self or that past version of you tries to tempt you back and you're like, nah, I'm good. Which I love. I got so excited when I saw this coming out after the Five of Swords. And I feel like that's what this devil is talking about, because devil, it's like our vices, our addictions, temptation. It can also talk about limiting beliefs and like feeling like you're not good enough and really being chained by those things. They keep you in I keep wanting to say things like vibration and frequency, and that's so not the way I talk, but maybe, I don't know, maybe those words resonate with you. It's like it keeps you in a low vibration and there's some kind of low vibration that you have escaped. And that no matter how like the old you may tempt you, you're just not going back, or like your old ways. There may be, the Hanged Man feels like an in-between sort of lingering energy. So there may kind of be stages to this where at first it's hard to fight off the old you or the old ways, but then after some time you don't even care anymore. So like, okay, I'm trying to eat less sugar. I'm kind of trying to not eat sugar at all. And I would say I'm still in this Hanged Man stage where she's like a siren tempting me to the sea. she's singing her sweet song, like calling me from the fridge. Carrie, I'm over here. There's a lot of awful things going on in the world. I can comfort you. And I'm like, no. So I feel like that the Hanged Man represents that sort of in-between energy where it's like we're on the way out, but we're still kind of hanging in the middle. But the universe is really supporting you in this shift. And just know, like, if the old ways are still tempting you, it's not going to be that way forever. Even if it's something that was so part of your identity, you can always break free from it. I started to read this book years ago called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. It's by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I never finished it, but maybe I should. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Like, I feel like there are a lot of things that we identify with and we're like, that's just who we are. But in fact, it's just a habit that we can change. I used to always think I'm not a morning person, like that's just not me. And I sleep a lot. And that turned out to be something that is not inherent to me. And now I sleep a normal amount and I wake up in the morning, and like that has been better personally for me. That doesn't mean everybody should do that, but it's just interesting that, you know, it's something that I just thought was like a part of who I am. Like I was built this way, and it turns out that that's not the case at all. Or I'll even tell myself stories about like, oh, surely I could never run that fast. Like, but then if I challenge myself and push myself a bit, I can. I don't know if that's exactly the same thing, but I think this is just about being aware of the story that you tell yourself, and be aware especially of what you say, like, this is just me. This is just me. This is just who I am, and I'm never going to change, because that will keep you stuck. And the truth is that you can change, and it may be uncomfortable at first, but it is absolutely possible. And the universe is showing you reaching a point where you're standing so firm in the new version of you. You'll actually reach a point that maybe is even like unrecognizable to you now, where there are certain things that you turn down, or certain things that you don't engage in anymore, or certain things that you do engage in. Yeah, and then even the Wheel of Fortune is that's such a great card to finish off this message, because the whole wisdom of the Wheel of Fortune is that nothing is static. Like everything is constantly moving and changing. So it's actually, not only does it keep you stuck to think like this is just who I am and I can never change, it's actually like inaccurate. Things are constantly changing. And this goes not just for things about you, but things about your life. Maybe you tell yourself some stories about your life or your external circumstances of like, oh, it's always been that way, so it's never going to change. And that's inaccurate as well. The Wheel of Fortune reminds us that things can always change. You can and will change. Your life can and will change. It's impossible for it to stay the same way forever. And the beauty is that you have a big part in determining how it changes. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, it's change, it's acceleration. Your life is speeding up, you're gaining momentum, and your luck is increasing as well. You are going to gain momentum. So, you know, if this represents you quitting a bad habit and replacing it with a healthy one, that energy is going to snowball, where the next thing you know, you've changed like 5 habits in your life. And it's really feeling better that I think is going to create that momentum. Now that I've made this change within myself, I feel so much better. So I'm going to change this too. And it can snowball both ways, of course, but you seem to be really gaining momentum. And do people say on the up and up? I feel like that's something people say. Yeah, so this is a beautiful message of growth, of mastery, of some kind of ascension that you're going through, finding information that will free you from your old ways, something clicking for you, and now you can finally execute something flawlessly. Yeah, so I think that those are all of your messages. Yeah, that's all of my messages for group number 5. So we're going to end the reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoyed my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings, just like the ones here on my channel. And you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to anyone who appeared in this reading, directly or indirectly, and to your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.